It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Harriet Mills, after a job loss, stumbled upon the sip and painting class. And you know what? She realized there was untapped potential in this whole market of group activities. And she said, you know what? I'm going to go after having my own type of business. Now, she faced a number of challenges, right? There was a lot of uncertainty. Her friends came to her and they were like, wait a minute now. This space is already crowded. Who's going to listen to you and come to a sip and paint class? Where will you get the money? How will it work? You know what? She realized that she had a light bulb moment. She realized that folks had fun with these group activities and she was going to move forward. Today, Harriet Mills owns a wine and design franchise with over 80 locations worldwide. Sound familiar to you, by the way? Someone telling you something not going to work, and then they turn around and it looked. So as a result of her stepping into this untapped market, she spotted an opportunity she used her sales strategy, which was, I see a problem, I'm going to go fix it. And now she has these sip and paint classes. Heck, you might have attended one out there where you are. What's the big takeaway that I want you to have as a CEO? Seriously, like the one takeaway. And it's this: stay open to unexpected chances, as they could lead to highly profitable businesses. But you must have a sales strategy that says, when I identify a problem, I'm going to go look to solve that problem, and then I'm going to move forward. And then the sales positioning is the language that you're going to use. You do that, and your revenue will grow. You do that, and you'll get into spaces and places you never thought you'd be in. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. My name, by the way, is Shay Brown. I'm super excited you're here. And now we're going to get started with our 15 minutes, which I love to do every morning, a place where CEOs come where we can gather. So welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. Every morning, I like to start off and share our personal mantra. And our personal mantra remains the same. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Repeat after me right now. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. I know you have a lot going on. I know you wear a lot of different hats. I know there's everyone pulling here and meetings there and Zoom over here and customers you got to talk to and technology you got to know. There's a lot you got to go on. But if you can't focus on sales, I'm here to share with you, you just can't be in business. So every morning, every CEO, myself included, needs to look at their business and say three things. I must learn, I must earn, and I must return. Now, repeat after me on the right-hand side. You see it right there on the right-hand side. It says, I have to learn something new in order to earn new revenue from existing clients in order to get new and old clients to return. Learn, earn, return. These are our two mantras. They're our core values. Every morning, I always talk about the objectives. I think if you have any meeting and it's 15 minutes long, you got to remind folks, why are they there? Why am I here? Why do I show up? I could be doing something else with my time as well. I'm here for myself, and I'm glad you're here as well. But we're here to look at our sales progress. That's the number one reason. Number two, to address any roadblocks that are out there. Very, very important. And number three, understand the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand in order to grow and earn money. Number one, sales planning. All right, how am I going to go about the day? How am I going to go about getting the sales? Number two, sales cycles. What's my client journey? Where are they in the journey? How do I accelerate their journey? Number three, sales positioning. What I say, when I say it, and how I say it. My words will make me rich. I've got to get better at how I communicate. Number four, sales indicators, which we're going to get into today. We have a whole CEO dashboard. If you didn't get it, I want you to DM me. If you didn't get it, go online. I'll tell you where to go and get it. And number five, the sales team. Who's going to drive the revenue? We need to know that, right? So we need to understand those 5 pillars. Okay. If you haven't accessed your CEO sales dashboard, this is something we're very proud about. We just released the new version yesterday. So if you didn't get it, today is day 14 of this month, okay? If you didn't get it, go over to ceosaleshuddle.com, re-register. So if you registered before and you didn't get it, don't worry. My team is sending out the email again. We'll send a text message again. Please check your spam. But we're going to go through the CEO sales dashboard in a moment. But it's all about sales growth, accountability, and consistency. There's no credit card. There's no check. There's no money required. There's no catch. Okay, we'll get into that a little later. For those folks that show up every single morning, you're always here at the CEO Sales Huddle. Welcome. I'm glad to have you here. I appreciate the comments on DM, Instagram at I am Shay Brown. I really do appreciate those for those folks that are tuning in for the first time. Now, if you're here always, even if you're here for the first time, do me a favor. Look right below the video, and put I'm here. It's an accountability. It's a check-in. I'm here. You can see me. I'm here. You're here as well. So put I'm here. If you're watching the replay, that's okay. If you listen to the download, because you've got it through podcast. We're on podcast. Just type in CEO Sales Huddle. The podcast is there. Some of you get the podcast notifications. Then just send me a note over at DM at I am Shay Brown. Say I'm here. Okay, I'm here. So everyone, let's all do that right now. Let's acknowledge ourselves for showing up. Part of life is just showing up. For those folks that are new, I'd like to do a quick reminder why we're here. All my new folks, welcome for the very first time. CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. That's why we show up. That's why we're here. We got 3 big whys. And I always say it's important to know your whys. You've got to check in with your whys. I mean, if you don't know your whys, you're really in trouble, right? So we got 3 whys. Our number 1 why is sales growth. So this is all about us coming together so that we can grow our sales. We understand that sales is the oxygen for any great business in history. Without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. And we recognize that sales is the only way to generate revenue in the business. So it's about sales growth. Number 2, it's about accountability. The fact that you showed up, the fact that this is top of mind to you. One of the top distinctions we teach is you stay in this conversation. It's called stay in the conversation. When you're in the conversation around sales and success, the ideas are top of mind to you. When they're top of mind to you, you execute. And last is consistency. I know you're like, Shay, that's important, but I want you to take a picture of that. Sales growth, accountability, and consistency. That's why you're here as a CEO. That's why they have you in the chair, by the way. We only do this for 15 minutes. Right now, we're at the 7-minute and 2-second mark. So 15 minutes, that's where we're here. The number 1 outcome is $100,000 per month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. So we've got an outcome. We've got a goal. If you've achieved this and you want to accelerate that goal, that's great. And if you haven't, it's okay. No matter what your goal is, when you show up here as a CEO, it's $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable income. You only have one responsibility. There's no barrier to you being here. The only barrier is your commitment to show up. First, for yourself. Do it for yourself. Where else can you go where CEOs can come together and gather to look at their CEO sales dashboard? I don't know of another place on the planet. It didn't exist. Just like Harriet Mills, we saw there was a problem in the market. And the problem in the market was CEOs had no place to go to look at a CEO dashboard because one did not exist. We've created it. We're very, very, very blessed to be able to do that. And we're solving a problem in the market, which is going to help you and it helps me. Now, if you haven't accessed your CEO sales dashboard yet, you're like, Shay, I haven't got mine. I want it. There's no cost. There's no charge. Go over to ceosaleshuddle.com, ceosaleshuddle.com. Follow the instructions. If you got the podcast, follow the instructions. If you're watching this on YouTube, follow the instructions. If you're out there right now and you're on demand, which we are on demand on all the streaming platforms, then you go in right now and go to ceosaleshuddle.com and you can get it as well. So what is the CEO dashboard? Now we're at the 8-minute and 36-minute mark. It's about 5 key indicators that we talk about every single day: leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. Now, we're always tracking. Our number 1 mindset is what gets measured gets managed. What gets measured gets managed. So we're going to manage it. So underneath the CEO dashboard, which I'm going to show you in a moment, I can show it to you. Let me show it to them now, and then we'll come back to this, is 5 categories. And this is, how can I go here? I think I got to come back here first. Go back here, then go here, then go here. Okay, they're pointing me in the right directions, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get there. Okay. This is what it looks like in the Excel sheet, by the way. Let me move this over. This is what it looks like in the Excel sheet. They put me to the side. There we go. And there's 5 categories. Under each category, there are some subcategories that I'm going to show. The reason I like to look at the CEO sales dashboard every day is that all you have to do right now in this moment, in this 15 minutes, so you're going to use this time wisely, is you plug in the numbers from day 13. So today is day 14. This is an example here. Yours has it going all the way across. Put in how many new leads did you have come in yesterday? How many appointments did you set yesterday? How many did you run? How many offers did you make yesterday? Offers to buy something from you, offer to partner. Maybe it's an offer to do a deal. This is where you put the numbers right here, and we're going to track it every single day. Now, to help you along, because we're like, hey, wait a minute. It looks easy and it sounds easy, Shay, but how can I make this thing work? How can I make this thing really easy for myself? Well, the first thing I would do is say, here's how we're going to look at it. There are 5 categories. For the advanced folks, I put in here subcategories. So we're going to talk about appointments today, because every day I like to pick one area to at least do a 1 or 2 minute training on. So this indicator today is appointments. So you look at the appointment column. We've got sub columns in the Excel sheet. How many appointments did you set yesterday? Put that down. So there's appointment setting. That's one skill set. There's appointment running. That's an entirely different skill set. And then how many appointments did your team run yesterday? If it was you, how many phone calls did you have? And you can put the type of appointment. So maybe you ran, 10 appointments yesterday. That's a lot, but let's just say 10 for some of you. Let's say 5. You ran 5 appointments yesterday. Maybe one was 1-to-1. So maybe you had one appointment. You talked to someone 1-to-1 on the phone. You had a conversation. That's an appointment. You can count that. We talk about the type later. Maybe it was 1-to-many. Maybe you did like I did. Maybe you did like the CEO Sales Huddle. I could count this and say I'm going to have 10,000 downloads plus that this is an appointment with 10,000 folks. So it's like appointment run for 10,000. Has its own value. Maybe you had a collaboration appointment. I had 2 of those yesterday where we met with individuals for the sole purpose of how can we support each other. It was still an appointment that was set. It was run. There's no cash flow there. Or maybe someone referred someone to you. You had an appointment with a referral customer or a referral prospect. They were a lead on the other side. It came in as a referral. And again, this is a little technical. This is a little advanced. We have other categories. Some of you get a chance to meet with. But the whole purpose is, as a CEO, there's one number you look at every single day on your dashboard. And that is the number of sales that have come in. Because if you can't focus on sales, you just can't be in business. This is what the sub numbers look like. So you got leads. Today we're talking about appointments. So some of you right now, you're looking at the spreadsheet, you're on that tab, and you're saying, hey, Shay, I'm putting down the number of appointments. I'm tracking what's set and what's run every day. I'm starting there. If you don't have it, you can go over to CEO Sales Huddle, and make sure you do it immediately. And then there's the CEO Dash. There's offers. We'll talk about that tomorrow. I like to pick one category every day. There's deals. I like to show this because what gets measured gets managed. I know I say that all the time, but never underestimate the power of the basics. We're at 12 minutes and 45 seconds, so I want to go through this. We got the repeat business. And then we always go back and we look at, understand that we need to celebrate some of our wins, right? And our wins are important. We look at wins, it's always stuff like, what are we most proud of? Like, seriously, we're not going to beat ourselves up on here. We're at the 13-minute mark. What are you most proud of from yesterday? What was your biggest accomplishment yesterday? Day 13. Today's day 14. It's a new day, new opportunity. I get that. But superstars look at what has worked, what went well. And then what would you brag about? If I could bring you on right now and you could step up as a CEO of your company, what would you raise your hand and say, my team is most proud of this from a sales perspective yesterday? If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. And then we always like to look at the challenges. One of the challenges I had yesterday, my biggest roadblock was I had a number of incidents that came up that was out of my control. So I take a few phone calls to work with sometimes. One of them was a family matter and so forth. Oh my gosh, I had to work with a couple people. Excuse me there, pardon me. That took me a little bit, it's probably about an hour and a half, if not more, of time. And it's okay. That's life. I don't say lifing. No, we understand that things happen and we address it and we move on. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. What's preventing you from moving forward today? And what's the one thing you can do that only you can do that if you did it, it would move your business or life at least one step forward? Make a decision to do that. If you haven't accessed your CEO Sales Dashboard, go over there now to CEO Sales Huddle. Make sure you register. Get the CEO Dashboard right. This is the one tool that's going to help you in your business. We're at the 14-minute and 30-second mark. Sometimes we do something called CEO Overtime. And CEO Overtime is when I take a few extra moments and I kind of go overtime, by the way, and I might spend less than 5 minutes doing that. But I always like to go into our 5 pillars. Learn, earn, return. Learn, earn, return. These are the 5 pillars every CEO must understand and be able to use to drive revenue. One is sales planning. What type of clients are we going after? What's our sales strategy for today? What are we looking to do in order to move clients forward faster? What's our revenue plan? What's our planning? Number 2 is sales cycles. What's the client journey that they're going through right now? Very, very important. How can we accelerate that journey? How can we get the right people in the sales cycle? Number 3 is sales positioning, which is the words that we use and the language that we use. And that's very, very, very important. And then there's sales indicators, which we talk about at least for 3 to 4 minutes every single call. Every single huddle is all focused on your CEO dashboard. And then there's the sales team, which is, well, at the end of the day, Shay, how are we generating the revenue? How is it coming in? Here's what I want you to walk away with. Learn, earn, return. I have to learn something new in order to earn new revenue from current clients, in order to get new and old clients to return. Learn, earn, return. We close out what I love to share. This is our mantra. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. We're at the 16-minute mark. You've made it. Congratulations. We're a little bit of CEO overtime. That's when I might take a minute or two just to take some time here. But the CEO sales dashboard, the CEO huddle, we'd get that done in 15 minutes. It's a lot. I want to say 2 things. Number 1, I appreciate all the feedback. So for those folks that are out there, you can go over to @IamCheBrown. Drop me a DM. It's on Instagram. If you want to do it LinkedIn, you can. Let me know what's working for you and what you may need to help you move along a little faster. As a CEO, my number 1 goal is 15 minutes. You look at your CEO dashboard. You make some decisions. You're in the conversation around sales. You're focused on it. I'll say this. The CEO sales dashboard exists for one reason and one reason only, because we understand that if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. And so as a result, you now have the CEO sales dashboard with the 5 indicators on it: leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business, with subcategories underneath it inside of Excel, because you understand what gets measured, gets managed, and it didn't exist anywhere else on the planet. So we've created it, and it's yours at no cost. It's the number 1 driver of the business. CEOs will look at that every single day. Your CEO sales dashboard is your guide to success. With that being said, my name is Shay Brown. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. You're amazing. You're incredible. I can't wait to see you again at the next CEO Sales Huddle. I'm out. Peace, everybody.